Hello everyone, this is Harkanwal Sidhu with Remax Complete Realty and I'm here with your weekly market report. As you guys know, Bank of Canada has lowered the interest rate. The key interest rate is sitting at 2.25% right now. We know actually they started reducing it in 2024 and they went really aggressive in the first few months to control the inflation, and then they paused actually for a few months. And now we have seen the second consecutive reduction in interest rate from Bank of Canada. Obviously, it is going to help a lot of people, most of them who have actually the variable interest rate mortgage. And at the same time, for the first-time home buyers, it is going to be a great help because interest rates are quite low right now. So now, one thing I wanted to mention here is that, Bank of Canada has lowered the interest rates, and I hope you guys remember that we made videos about last year that this is where about they are going to bring them down to somewhere between 2 to 2.5%, but we're not expecting any interest rate deduction anytime soon. And things can easily change if tariffs and other deals get worked out, and they're trying to keep inflation close to 2%. If it stays close to 2%, then the interest rate will pretty much stay the same, but it'll depend if the inflation starts to go up and other factors start to affect the market, then obviously we'll see a different scenario here. There are a couple other things that I want to discuss with you guys, and I have seen a lot of people engaging with our videos and saying, oh, you know what, Calgary people are leaving, this is what's happening here. And I'm a very optimistic person. I always think positive about stuff, and I'm always looking at ways to show people what is really happening in the market. The reason we always talk about is that this is it's a bad economy, this is what's happening. And let me show you guys a graph here. And this is the forecast for Calgary's GDP. Now, we all agree that, right now the economy is not that great. And you can see right here that the economy right now is at the bottom when it is compared to for the past couple of years. But Calgary is actually expected to lead Canada in GDP growth, even though our population growth has slowed down. There are so many different factors. We have so much land, so many companies want to come here. It is still an affordable city, and they want to start business, and they also want to bring actually, young generation as their workforce to succeed in their business. And Calgary really provides them the best environment that they're looking for. So why am I talking about this actually? The reason, because Calgary is expected to grow really big. You guys probably have heard actually in our civic election recently that all the mayoral candidates were making different kind of pitch to attract voters. And some of them were expecting that, that Calgary needs to have the right infrastructure to deal with the population growth. And just keep this in mind, the growth right here, as you can see, that it is set to go up for the next few years before it really starts to kind of flatten. We'll see how that really goes at the end. And as you can see that Calgary is set to lead actually Canada in GDP growth for the cities, for the major cities. And now, in this right here, I wanted to discuss with you guys about Calgary's population growth. This is going to definitely affect our real estate market because sometimes we're not prepared for things, and that's where prices go up, obviously supply and demand. Our city is forecasted to actually, by basically most of the different entities that are making the forecast, they're saying that Calgary will have 2 million people living here within next decade. That means within next 10 years, we will have 2 million people. We're pretty close to somewhere 1.45 million right now, somewhere there. And just imagine that in the last 2 years, our population actually has grown up grown quite a bit, somewhere close to about 6% or so, 80,000 people moving every year to Calgary. And now in this graph right here, I wanted to show you guys what could happen. So now, if you look at the red line, that is the, first of all, the red line is actually if it grows at the same speed that it was growing 20 years ago, which was 2.5%. And if you look at the lighter blue, color, that one, you can see if it was, the city will reach that population if it starts to grow at 3.4% growth, which was five years ago. And in the last 2 years, our population growth was more than 6%. And then that shows you right there that we will reach that within next decade. But if you really have paid attention to our mayor now recently, and he's even expecting that by the end of his term, which is 2029, that city will reach 2 million people. Why am I mentioning all this? Now, I know that some of you guys are really negative about what's happening right now. I know we are in those times, but take a look at this. These are predictions, and obviously our city is definitely growing. We will get to 2 million. It just depends, actually, it's a matter of time. How soon do we get there? And you know what? One thing I also want to say to all those people that, you know, whenever you're voting for any candidate, make sure they understand what kind of infrastructure we need in our city. We need schools, we need hospitals, those kind of things. You need to ask them those questions when you're voting in every election, because right now there is a big burden on all the public, public sector. It doesn't have enough investment, and you know, that's why we're lacking a little behind. So just keep those things in mind when you're investing or anything. Now, because Bank of Canada has dropped the interest rates, now you guys can see that you can definitely get a much better rate. Banks have started to drop their rates, especially even on fixed rates. They know that people are going to be looking more towards fixed rates now. So because we're not expecting any interest rate cuts in any near future. So take a look at all these numbers right here. CIBC is offering, and RBC, they're offering about 3.95%. And as I mentioned before, you can always negotiate. And if you look at the top of this chart right here, you can see some of the private lenders are even offering at 3.45. Actually, you can talk to your bank about that as well. Keep that in mind. Now let's get back to our weekly numbers. We know in these months we don't get that much inventory. In the last 1 week, we only got 599 new properties that came into the market. 66 properties were back onto the market. 603 properties saw a price decrease. 13 properties saw a price increase. 379 properties went pending. 406 properties were sold. 292 properties were expired. 6 properties were withdrawn. And 263 properties, that's a big number, 263 properties were terminated. And that is also because, I mean, the end of the month, a lot of properties get expired or get terminated because people just want to wait for the spring market. Anyway, if you have any question about real estate, please give us a call. My phone number is 403-689-2345. We have helped so many families make their decisions to invest or even buy their first home. And obviously, you know, I can proudly tell you that we don't have any clients that had made any decisions that they regret, because we really help them make those right decisions and guide them properly. So anyway, give us a call if you have any questions. Thank you.